Hello, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to say call on Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash, giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, King of Kings, Lord of Lords, God of Gods, giving much love to his Son, Yahweh Shai, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Much love to the elect, whoever they may be, among the children of Israel. Much love to you guys. Much love to the prophets as well, whoever they may be among Israel. Shout out to the Akim, the brothers that's on the highways and byways, and they do their videos, and they go to the highways and byways. They do everything in their power to show Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai that they fear him and love him. And much love to the Akwaf, the beautiful women that's in the word, and whether you got a man or not, you still fear the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh. You listen and you learn in silence. Coming back at you with another episode through the power and spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. And this one will be called Do Not Be Dismayed by the Signs of Heaven. Because right now, we got a lot of stuff going on with the sky and all of the rumors that's been happening, and the people being terrified of what's to come. And that's for the people who don't know and the people who aren't aware of the signs of the times, and they don't read the Bible. So you got the UFO epidemic, aka the angels that are in heaven. That's what the hell? Sorry, I got this damn ant crisis. I don't know, but they after my snacks. Sorry about that. We got the pan epidemic of the angels, or what they will call UFOs, that are in the sky, and that people are constantly seeing. So it does say in the Bible, it says, let me see. Let me go ahead and get that. This is the second book of Esdras in the Apocrypha. Apocrypha means secret book. And this is chapter 13, verse 31. And it says, "And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another." So the two realms, which are the fourth dimension, which is above us, which is the spiritual realm, is coming down to the earth, and what's been made fantasy is now reality, which is the UFOs the angels, or the chariots, what people call UFOs, so to speak, today. And these are the messengers of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, and he uses them as a sign, as well as sign for the Israelites, and as well as a curse upon the earth. So let me get that. With Zechariah, I think it's Zechariah chapter 5, verse 13. It says, "Then he said unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on this side according to it. Everyone shall be cut off. So most likely he talking about the Edomites, because it's talking about stealing and swearing. And then we can go into another one. It says, Psalm 68, chapter 68, verse 4, it says, Sing unto Yahweh, sing praises to his name, extol him that rideth upon the heavens by his name, Yahweh, and rejoice before him. So, it keep going into other stories about the clouds and about these signs. And it says right here, this is a longer one before we get started on this video. It says, and there shall, this is Luke 21, chapter 21, verse 25 and 33. It says, and there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity, the seas waving and roaring, men's hearts failing them for fear, and looking for those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. So this heavens could go into rulership, the powers of the heaven, and this could go into rulership, and then it goes back to the Edomites that are in rulership now. So by seeing these signs in the heavens, like the blood moons, certain stars passing by, or another old one, the woman in the sky and the great red dragon constellation, or the chariots of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, the eclipses that come every now and then, and so on and so forth. So you even got the I think it's a quadruplet sun or some shit like that, where in China they had seen 4 suns connecting in a giant ring. So that one was another one. And or the earth having a second moon temporarily, even though it's not visible, it was there. A couple of months ago they was talking about how a giant rock got caught into the earth's orbit. And that's how also that it's no such thing as these asteroids hitting the earth, or that debunks the giant rock that came and hit the earth and it killed all the dinosaurs, because the earth is catching any kind of rocks that come in its orbit, or if anything try to hit the earth, it can be destroyed and disintegrated. Earth is actually a pretty big planet, and it hasn't been nothing like that, so that also shows, because it could have went straight in, but it got caught in its orbit. But to push forward in the prophecy that's happening, and then we can get to this video. It says, and men's heart failing them for fear, for looking on those things which are coming on the earth. It says the powers of the heaven shall be shaken, meaning the rulership, because they trying to figure out what they gonna do, because they know prophecy, how they gonna counter, and what they gonna do to stop the angels from attacking, or stop them from plaguing the atmosphere, because a lot of people right now are starting to panic and starting to freak out and starting to wonder what's going on. and why these things are taking place. So it says, and then they shall see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. So the Son of Man is Yahweh Shai, and he is on a chariot or galactic ship, or father ship, whatever you want to call it, giant space Hulk. Like this thing is massive, but we can't see it because it's camouflage. So it's not time for them to truly reveal themselves. But like I said, they are in battle formations. They're doing threat displays, and they come in. For those of us that know the secret, which we are the children of Israel, we know the secret. They come in peace too. They come in peace, and they're actually really really nice. Actually beautiful. To come to mind a story when I was a child. I had encountered one when I was a child, a chariot or an angel. I encountered one, and it looked like a spirit of light. It looked like a spirit of light. I thought it reminded me of a giant firefly, like not the firefly part. Like in the distance, you see the lights. Yeah, that's what I seen. One night I was with my cousin and my mom, and we was outside on his patio. This was in Leona Valley, California, Leona Valley, over there by Palmdale, Lancaster, on the outskirts, like far out, not too far from Los Angeles, but kind of far out there. And we was out there chilling, and he used to always tell me stories about these strange encounters that he would have with these lights, gigantic lights that he probably see in the sky, or that was coming into his backyard, lights so bright they wouldn't be a searchlight. And before we went outside, we was talking about God, and I was like, if God exists, he would send us a sign. So Yahweh Bashem Yahushai heard us, and he sent the sign, and we was chilling, and next thing you know, my cousin, he was like, there it is, there it is, there it is. And he was like, whatever you do, don't move. And he was like, I'm going to turn you around. And when I turn you around, look up. And when I turned around, he turned me around and I looked up. I didn't really see it at first because I was looking like past it. I thought it was like a star in the distance that was bright as hell. He had the garage right there in front of us, and then behind us was a tire swing on a giant cotton tree, and on the tree branch of the cotton tree, which the tire swing was on, it was right there. It was they was right there. It was not it, that was they. The angel was right there. And in my story, when I seen it, I didn't know what to say, and my cousin was like, I told you, I kept telling you about these stories, how I see these things, and I don't know what they are. And we stood there, and I was watching it, and I wanted to go up there and touch it, but before I could get close to the garage, it let out a huge wind, like some gravity shit, some gravitational pushback or whatever, and I fell down. So I got dizzy and fell down, actually, and then I got back up. But other than that, it was no, they was pretty harmless. They didn't hurt us. Actually, it stayed with us the entire night, and it was like we was up for for the remainder of the night prior to the morning. So it's like 12, and then it was like 1, and then I think it was like around 1 to 2 that we seen what we saw, and then it stayed all the way until like, let's say 6 to 7 in the morning. And then when the sun came up, and we wouldn't stop staring at it, it was like hypnotizing. It was crazy. We wouldn't stop staring, and it was real nice. It was just sitting there, just watching us, and we was watching, and it was watching us, and that's how it was the entire night. We never moved, we never unlocked eyes from it, we never batted an eye, was just watching it. And then next thing you know, when the sun went up and it went to a certain point to where it was morning, the chariot or the angel flew up and flew up and flew far, and it wouldn't stop staring at us, and flew past the shining of the sun and vanished. And in the story, it does say that in the Bible, it says how Jacob's name turned to Israel, and this is how I got the key point. This is why when I knew, I read a different scripture that the star fall from heaven, but that was a different scripture, and I was going off back then. I didn't know, but that one story that did ring a bell was when Jacob wrestled an angel, and they was wrestling all night in the story, and the angel even broke his hip, and the angel wrestled him all the way into the morning, Jacob, and which is one of our forefathers, and the angel saw that it was morning and was trying to fly away when the sun was rising, and he would not let go, and the angel was like, let go, because the angel got to report back to Yahweh Shem Yahushai at a certain time, and he was trying to fly away, and he said, I would not let go unless you leave me a blessing. And he said, I forgot what he said, but afterwards his name changed to Israel after Jacob was blessed by the angel. I think his blessing was the name, and he became the inheritor. And I think Israel means wrestle with he who wrestles with God. I do believe so. Or Jacob named he who wrestles with God, or something like that. But I could be going off. But anyways, according to the story, the angel flew up in the morning time and flew up into the sky and was gone. So that story kind of resonated with the story that I was trying to tell y'all. But this was real events, and when they lived in the middle of nowhere, and in the middle of nowhere, you do have strange encounters of the chariots and the angels flying around, and because that's when you live in the middle of nowhere, it's really no traffic lights, no city lights. So you see the sky, and it can be so black without the moon, to the point to where you can barely see a hand and all that, pitch black. But long story short, yeah, that was the encounter that I had. Never forgot it. The most awesome encounter, beautiful. It was graceful, mysterious, and when it came, it went. Never saw it again. And hey, man, that was my little testimony. But we can get to this real quick and finish. Let me finish this precept. I don't know, that had to come to mind through the Spirit. It says, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. Right, because when World War III come, the chariots are going to be around, and they're going to be scooping up all the believers and all the people who prayed to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You did the procedures, whether you had faith or you was on the highways and byways, and you guys all grafted into the new covenant, the new promise, and the Yahweh Shem Yahushai handpicked you to be saved, whether saving groups of Israelites altogether or saving just one soul, from this calamity, nuclear fallout or whatever that's going to happen. But they will, be saving us, and by them coming to the earth and showing themselves, it brings our hope up, and it makes us look up, and we know that our redemption is getting closer. And these more and more of these events are coming, and they are about to take place, and they're about to happen, and it's just to get prepared for it, brace yourself for it when the time comes. Right now, we nearly towards the end of the time of peace before destruction comes. So that's just something to look out for, to make us happy, but it's not per se for the people that don't believe, and the people that don't know what's going on, and the people that's against the word. They don't understand, and the enemy is perplexed and afraid because of the wrath and the things that are about to happen to him. It says, and he spake them a parable, saying, behold the fig tree and all the fig trees, when they now shoot forth, ye see and know of your own selves that the summer is now nigh at hand. Says likewise, ye, When you see these things come to pass, know ye that the kingdom of Yahweh is nigh at hand. It says, verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass away till all be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away. And that's Yahweh's words. It should have been in red, but it's the app. But that is true, meaning that all these people that's on the earth, if you're not dead yet, then you will live to see these times happen.
Enshrouded in a veil of mystery, an unrelenting fog that stretches from the poop-covered streets of Portland, Oregon, to the quietest corners of the countryside. This is no ordinary weather phenomenon.
Just in the back of the Stittsville market here, packing up, guys, ready to head home, and couldn't help but notice the cloud formation. Look at that. I've never seen anything like that. Where's my cloud experts? What am I looking at? It almost looks like the ocean. Waves. I don't think the camera's giving it a fair shake here, but I've never seen cloud formation like that in my life. Look at that. Does anybody know what that is?
Low visibility in spots due to some dense morning fog.
Tonight we've got fog along the river and into western Iowa, zero visibility, which is being impacted not only by the fog, but still seems to be fairly dense at this hour.
Outside Heathrow Airport, the air traffic control tower is barely visible. Emerging from the fog, this plane is one of the flights that made it.
It's a dense, suffocating mist, with an unsettling smell of chemicals lingering in the air. Residents in every corner of the globe have reported seeing strange, glittering particles suspended within it, almost as if the fog is alive, hiding secrets within its depths. The fog has already claimed lives. 4 catastrophic plane crashes in just 1 week. Travel has ground to a halt, and fear grips the population. But the questions don't end there. People who've come into direct contact with the fog are reporting severe illness, nausea, dizziness, and even unexplained rashes. Scientists are baffled, and officials remain silent. But silence only breeds suspicion. Whispers of government involvement are spreading like wildfire. Could this fog be the result of geoengineering gone wrong, or perhaps a deliberate act of control? And if that's not enough to send shivers down your spine, consider this. In the weeks leading up to the fog's arrival, reports of UFO sightings reached an all-time high. Some believe the government is using this chemical-laden haze to obscure something they don't want us to see, something watching us from the skies.
And if you understand the story in the Bible, it's been many a times where the angels came and leveled cities and destroyed civilizations for our sake. So right now, they have to hold witness to our suffering and our persecution and our slaughter. They have to witness that until it's time for Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai to give Yahushai the go to act and to intervene on our behalf. So right now all they can do at this moment is threat displays, battle formations, surveillance, and just sit back and watch, because this is how much they love the children of Israel. The children of Israel were scattered to all different nations, and they mainly a big bulk of them went to America. So they all over the world watching the children of Israel, and they, like I said, beholding good and evil. They're watching the children of Israel and watching these evil and wicked men plot these catastrophes and start chaos and oppress the Israelites, and they oppress other nations and take the money and all kinds of witchcraft. They watch everything, but this is how much they want to act. They want to act, they want to attack, but they don't have the order or permission to, and they don't even know when. But like it says, measure the time diligently, as we are all doing. Even the angels of heaven and even Yahweh don't know when Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, his father, sends him the message to attack. So let me get that real quick. It's in the book of Esdras. I think when Gabriel or Uriel was speaking to Esdras. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 4 verse 34, and he said, and he answered me, saying, do not thou hasten above the Most Highest, for thou haste is in vain to be above him, for thou has much exceeded. So that is disrespectful for you to even think. It's a form of thinking and going above what Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is thinking, because the Lord is already thinking that. And for you to think that, and for you to think other things like that, is going above him. Like, okay, when is he going to plan the battle? And probably going to plan it on this day or on that day. That right there is a good example of you going above Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Like people claiming to know when the world is going to end. People claiming to know when World War III is going to reach its all-time high. People claiming to know when the collapse is coming. You can only measure the times diligently and see these things drawing close. And when Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai gives the go, it's going to happen. And like I said, these things are so, Yahweh is so mysterious, and with these serious events, that it's to the point to where it can just happen. That's how mysterious the Lord is. One moment I could be talking to you, and the next moment get a news report about all the banks canceling and shutting down, and people can't get their checks. The next morning I can wake up and the Red Dawn event is happening, and the Russians decide to move in on America, and they got China and Russia airdropping down and attacking people. You know, it's just something that's going to happen that you got to be prepared for. And it does say in the Bible, Yahweh will come like a thief in the night. So we can get that real quick before we continue. So do not hasten above Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, because the Lord is already thinking about that. There's no need for you to think about it. You know, it's no need for us Israelites to worry. What we worried about is Yahweh's mercy, and if he's going to save those of us that call out to him or not. That's what we have to worry about, our survival. We have to worry about Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, if he's going to give us permission to be exempt from judgment. So, thief in the night. This is Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 1 through 4. It says, but the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write of you. It says, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of Yahweh cometh as a thief in the night. It says, for then they shall say peace and safety, and then sudden destruction shall cometh upon them, as a travail upon a woman with a child, and they shall not escape. It says, but ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that the day should overtake you as a thief. So we know that we are in the days of the Lord. We are in the day of the Lord, and that these prophecies and that these events will come when your guard is down. When you're no, it won't come when your guard is down. Slack in. Word, place of words. It will come, and it will come unexpectedly. There it is right there. So thief in the night, meaning that you got to keep your guard up. You got to stay in the knowing. Stay in the knowing. Stay in the truth. You know, stay under Yahweh Hashem Yahushai's wing. Stay in prayer. Call on his name. You know, so when these times do come and these seriously dark prophecies, when they come and they start hitting, you know what's going on. You're not in the dark. You're not overtaken by the thief. You're not caught off guard by Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, because there's so many people that's going to be caught off guard by the Lord, and they not going to know what's going on, and they not going to understand it, and they going to be struck by the terror. They're going to be overtaken by the confusion and the chaos. But you will be different. You'll be calm. Hell, you probably laugh at it. Oh shit, you'll be like, shit, I told you so. I already know what's going to happen. I already know what to do, you know. And then you follow the spirit of Yahweh from there, you know. So yeah.
Tonight we dive into the enigma of the toxic fog. What is it? Where did it come from? And most importantly, what are they trying to hide?
Has anybody else noticed it's been foggy for days now, and the internet never fails to let me know what's happening? The first thing I saw said this is all down to geoengineering. What's that? I have no idea. Another thing I saw said it's down to chemtrails. If you don't know what chemtrails are.
So you got cloud seeding, or they call it molecular cloud formation, and then you got the HARP, then you have the chemtrails, and all of this is the bundle pack of geoengineering. Yahweh works through all of us, so it is definitely from Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. This particular sign, it is definitely from the Lord. And it's a form of a pestilence as well too, because they'll get to it a little later, but it's definitely a sign, and it's the workings of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. But you do got the harp, you got all these things that are in play, because these it's not just these small star-like chariots that people seeing in the sky. They probably seeing giant ships in the skies, flying saucers in the sky, like galactic ship, you know, like damn, like these chariots or these UFOs keep coming bigger and in different shapes and in different sizes, whether they be small like a speck in your eyes, like a little small ball, or fucking gigantic that makes a plane that flies under them look like a grain of sand. You know, I know a grain of rice. I done seen it before, and I done caught it on camera, so I know how gigantic these chariots can get. Is ridiculous. Like, it is threatening, like very threatening on the size of some of these chariots. They are very threatening. So it wouldn't be no surprise that the government would try to throw a ruse or a veil over the people, and they vain attempts to cover up something that they can't stop.
Oh, if you look at an airplane flying over and you see like water vapor coming out the back, a lot of people believe that's something dodgy by the government. Hey, now another theory that is quite interesting is the government doesn't want you to see what's in the sky. Now, I'm not too sure what that means, but one thing the fog did stop me seeing was the horse racing was on ITV. Couldn't even see the horses running. Weird. And then another theory, which is the obvious one, UFOs causing all this fog. And there are some people saying it could just be fog. A lot of different opinions. What do you think's causing all this fog?
So I have seen no videos on this, so I'm just going to talk about it. The fog. That's right, people. This weird fog shit that has been around for days and is supposedly making people sick. Well, I feel like shit. And this is what I'm talking about. This is what it's looked like in Ohio for days, okay? They've also been getting progressively shittier feeling in the past days. If you guys are this and are seeing this, please let me know, because I just find it really strange, okay, that I was completely fine and then all of a sudden this weather comes in and I feel like shit. Something's up, y'all. Like something is up. And what I feel is not normal. Like, I feel like my body is panicking. Like, it's going like alarm after alarm after alarm. It's not the flu. It's not a cold. I'm getting hot. I'm getting chills. I feel like I'm going to throw up every 10 minutes. America, tell me if you are going through this and if there is fog.
What's up with the fog? Everywhere I look, there's posts about fog. I just rode back with my husband from Pennsylvania to Georgia, and let me tell you about what we saw. We crossed 7 states. We went from Pennsylvania to Maryland to West Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, then Georgia. And there was fog in almost every state. Like, yes, there was some weather going on. There was a little rain here and there, but 7 states, like, it's really odd. Everybody's talking about this fog. This fog is making them sick. This fog after these things we've been seeing in the air that we can't talk about. They're spraying stuff from these things, and maybe it's causing some of this illness, and this fog is part of it. There's this big fog everywhere we went. And when we got to Virginia, a place called Fancy Gap, I think they're known for having some issues with fog, but this was so bad we almost had to pull over the car. Like, we could not see where we were going.
I don't know if it's just me, but for the last few days, I have been having this weird feeling like something big is about to happen, right? Like this weird feeling of impending doom. I have been having this crazy feeling like in my belly. I don't know what it is, okay? To be brutally honest, I feel like something is already happening. And here's why. For the last few days, there have been crazy reports of dense, thick fog in many states all over America, in addition to the UK. Now, this is not your regular fog, because a lot of people have been reporting that they have been seeing some weird type of mist coming out of the sky with this fog, okay? In addition to that, there have been 4 plane crashes, y'all, within the last 5 days, okay? 3 of those plane crashes occurred within the last 24 hours. You had one on Christmas Day in Kazakhstan, and then within the last 24 hours, you had one in South Korea, Nova Scotia, as well as Norway. In addition to that, y'all, so many people have been reporting this weird sickness, where as though they're having muscle soreness, sore throat, body aches, nausea, vomit, and dizziness, the whole 9. And they said that this sickness has just been coming out of nowhere. I don't know about you, but I feel like something big is happening or about to happen, and these people just not telling us. What are your thoughts?
What the heck is going on, guys? It is so freaking foggy out here.
And it amazes me how dumb and how blind people actually are. This shit fucking amazes me. But like it tells you in the Bible, not everybody would believe. Not everybody would understand what's going on. Like it says, there's a cry for wine in the streets. So I can get that. But this is how carnal-minded people are. They don't believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. They don't believe in the Lord. They don't believe in the Bible. You know, some people go about their life not having anything supernatural happen, no strange encounter. They don't witness no miracle. It's a lot of these people like that. So they convinced that what's around the world that they see with their own eyes is all that there is, because Yahweh hasn't allowed certain experiences into their life to make them think otherwise. But for that thought of thinking, that mindset is turning a blind eye, because the spiritual world is always there. You know, it's always there. It says there's a crying for, this is Isaiah 24:11. There's a crying for wine in the streets, and all joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. So it's starting to, the world is starting to take a turn, and a lot of people are starting to feel that gravity of the world, and things are not the way they used to be. prior to the late 90s or the 90s to the 2000s. A lot of to the early 2000s. A lot of the partying and a lot of the turning up is going like or like Woodstock, and I think it's 1999 Woodstock. Fucking those these Christmas holidays don't feel, family oriented. They feel like just another day, or people feel like, back then families would get together to commune rather than hearing from them on phones, because technology wasn't the same as it is back then. And it's making it more duller. A lot of people are like not really having no joy out of the things that they took joy in before, all these little stupid pagan cultures that are exposed. Nowadays a lot of people still do it, but they don't take the joy. It's not the same as it was 15 years ago. It's a lot of changes, and it's a lot of people that are starting to look for answers. Why the dollar is crashing, or why is America planning to go to World War III? What's going on with all of these nations? Why are these men on the highways and byways spreading all this, calling the Negroes, Indians, and the Mexicans the children of Israel? Why are people starting to abandon the churches? What's going on with all the corporate jobs? Where are all the corporate jobs going? All these things, all these things like this right here. This is a cry for wine. Wine mean information, reasons on what's going on, answers, but they got their answers, but they won't accept it, and this is one of the examples.
It's been like this for like the past 6 days. I've been seeing this all over my FYP. This is definitely not normal for this time of year. I'm in the Midwest. I'm in Illinois right now, and it's been so difficult to drive. Right now, it's a little bit brighter than it was earlier, but the visibility is still low, so I'm gonna turn the camera. Oh, I don't see the option to turn the camera around, but so you guys can see, you can't see anything past that barn there, and it's been, my babies want to say hi. I've been seeing people all over the world experiencing this. I don't know what the heck is going on. I don't know why it's so foggy. Let me know if you're experiencing the same thing in the comments there. I just think it's super weird, because this is not normal for this time of year for us. We farm, we track the weather every year. I've looked at my notes, and I have not seen anything like this in January ever in my life. So let me know.
What's going on with this fog? There's been so many people in different cities, different states, and different countries talking about this fog that's appearing over cities that is weird, and it smells different. And it's not natural either for the time of year, or the way it looks is a little bit odd. And I've seen videos from the UK, from Canada, from so many states in America right now, guys talking about this fog. And the reason this is important is because different things keep happening, right? Because the Dior bags apparently don't exist, and they're covering it up. And some of them were leaving certain trails that people believe to be unnatural and harmful to us. And now that there's this fog, and people have been reporting going through this fog and feeling kind of weird, and having it smell a little man-made, and it's really
Now, what do you think is the reason for this strange fog? Whether it's a natural phenomenon, a catastrophic failure of human engineering, or something far more sinister, one thing is clear. We're left with more questions than answers. Why does it carry the scent of chemicals? Why are people falling ill? And why now, at a time when the skies have been more active than ever? Is it a coincidence, or could this be a deliberate attempt to keep us blind to what's above? If history has taught us anything, it's that the truth has a way of surfacing, eventually. But until then, all we can do is keep asking questions, keep demanding answers, and keep watching the skies. The fog may obscure our vision, but it can't hide the truth forever.
And it's telling you right there that it's going to get even worse. You think this is bad. It's going to be bigger plagues. It's going to be much worse or things that's going to overtake the entire earth, bro. It's going to get worse than this. It's going to get worse. This is going to be beyond your imagination. It's going to be more than fantasy, bro. It's going to be extremely dark, extremely aggressive, extremely terrifying. You know, but hey, this is the times that we coming in. And I got one more, and then we can close out. And so the same thing that happened to us, and even in the time of ancient Egypt, is the same thing that's gonna happen to them. So it says, but I will bring to them with a mighty hand and outstretched arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof, which is true. And then this is a part of the curses that were on us that's gonna be on their people. It says Deuteronomy 28, chapter 28, verse 45 through 68. It says, moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he command thee. So it's the same way for the Edomites. And this is for us it was a curse, and it's going to be the same thing for them. It says, and they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. It says, because thou servest not Yahweh Hashem Yahushai with joyfulness, this is what happened to us, and with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things. It says, therefore thou serve thy enemies, which Yahweh shall send against thee, and in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and all want of things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck, and destroy upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. This is what happened to us. So the enemy that did this to us won't forget what they have done, and why these curses are pretty much doing a reverse Uno on their ass. So it says, therefore Yahweh shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, because the eagle is the icon of America. It says, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. It says, a nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the young person of old, nor show favor to the young. It says, and he shall eat the fruit of thy cattle and the fruit of thy land. So the same thing that they did to us, we're going to do to them. All these curses, the curses from the heavens, from the earth, different kinds of pestilent curses, all kinds of torture, disease, all this is happening to them. So it says, which also shall not leave the corn, either corn, wine, or oil, or the increase of thy kind, or flocks of thy sheep, until he have destroyed thee. And this is what's going to scare the Edomites, because they got to go through the same shit. It says, and shall besiege thee in all thy gates, until thy high and fenced walls come down, wherein thou trustedest throughout all thy land, and he shall besiege thee in all thy gates throughout all thy land, which Yahweh Shem Shai has given thee, and thou shalt eat the fruit of thine own body, the flesh of thy sons, of thy daughters, which Yahweh Shem Shai have given thee, in the siege and in the straitness wherewith thy enemies shall distress thee, so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil towards his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave, so that he will not give to any of them of the flesh of his children whom he shall eat, because he has nothing left him in the siege, and in the straitness wherewith thine enemies shall distress thee in all thy gates. Right. So, like a lot of us wasn't getting the blessings of having a family. We was constant work, constant slavery, stuck in starvation, dealing with turning on our own people. That's exactly what's happening to these Edomites. It's a number of plagues. It says, and toward her young one that cometh out of between her feet, and toward her children which she shall bear, for she shall eat them for want of all things, secretly in the siege and straitness, wherewith thine enemy shall distress thee in all thy gates, or in thy gates. It says, if thou wilt not be observed to do all the words of the law that is written in this book, that thou mayest fear the glorious and fearful name of Yahweh Shem Shai thy God. And the Lord will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed, and even great plagues, and of long continuous and sore sickness and long continuance. So that's exactly what's happening to our enemies right now. All the plagues that were on us is coming upon them. And it says of long sickness, long continuous and sore sickness and long continuous, man. They, like Yahweh said, he is long suffering, long enduring. So these plagues keep hitting them, keeping them worried, keeping them confusion, keeping them lost. Even if they know the truth, it's still going to keep them under some sort of suffering, some sort of stress, some sort of fear, So it says, moreover, he will bring upon thee all the diseases of Egypt, which thou was afraid of, and they shall cleave unto thee. So the same thing that cleaved unto us during the times when we was in slavery, before Yahweh executed the Exodus with Moses, is the same plagues that's going to be upon them. So it says, also every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law, them will Yahweh bring upon thee until thou beest destroyed. It says, and ye shall be left few in number, whereas ye was the stars of heaven for the multitude, because thou wouldest not obey the voice of Yahweh Shem Shai. And it shall come to pass that as Yahweh shall rejoice over you to do, as Yahweh rejoiced over you to do good and to multiply you, it says, so Yahweh will rejoice over you to destroy you and bring you to naught, and ye shall be plucked from off the land whither thou goest to possess. Right, so that's going into the Indians and the Mexicans, their lands being took over and them being removed from their own lands. It says, and thou shalt scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods which neither thy fathers have known, even wood and stones. Meaning that you worship in diverse gods and evil spirits as well. And some of these idols, they don't even exist. You just worship in stones and metals and portraits. It just driving them to madness. It says, and among these nations, it's about to be done, because I read this before, but it's good to read it again. It says, and among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest, but Yahweh shall give thee there a trembling heart, and failing of eyes, and sorrow of mind. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have none assurance of thy life. And that's exactly what's happening to the people that held us captive, meaning that they don't know if America is going to go back up and running. They don't know if they're going to have their good jobs. They can't afford the comfort in life that they used to have. You know, times is turning. They ended up at the bottom. You know, the people that they once held captive is thriving. You know, they're doing better. They're more relevant. They getting pushed into the back. And the Israelites are getting pushed into the forefront. They trying to find ways to escape what's coming when there is nowhere to run for them. All these things. It says, and Yahweh shall bring thee. It says, and in the morning thou shalt say, would God were it even. Would God it were even. And at the even thou shalt say, would God it were morning. It says, for the fear of thine heart wherewith thou shalt fear, and for the sight of thine eyes which thou shalt see. Watch, and the calamity that's coming, the collapse of the dollar, you know, the war, martial law, race wars, riots, everything burning, you know, starvation, plagues, demonic high-level demonic activity on the people that held us captive. So it says, and Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. And that's the same thing that's going to happen to them. He that leadeth in captivity shall go into captivity. He who killed with the sword must be killed with the sword. This is the faith and the patience of the saints. And that concludes today's lesson. I was watching GMS dedication. I don't really support GMS, but this is where I get my news from, whether it's King Yehuda Maccabees, who I do support, or GMS, just getting spiritual news updates, keeping me in the times, keeping me in the knowing, because I don't know everything, and I don't keep up as much as they would with the news. The news be brought to me through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and you know, I just bring it out to you guys in my convenience, and you know, yeah. And with that, call on Yahweh Shem Yahushai by Shemar Kakwadash, and the name Yahushai is on to the next video. Shalom.